Hello, and for the last time this year and last time in my career, welcome to the Snakebite. As you know, we have a ton to cover. Of course, women's lacrosse is rolling back into action right now, as well as a lot more championship action here on the Snakebite.
Yes, 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 yes. Men's golf has gone back-to-back to win its 18th SSC championship in program history. The title comes off the back of not one, not two, but three individuals for the Mocs. Tied sixth was standout freshman Anthony Monteleone, who shot even through the first three rounds. Tied second was the number 2 individual in the nation, Max Barrel, who shot 5 under par. And in first place, the leader, the front man, the man who called his shot before the tournament, Colton Schwartz, shooting 9 under par. In the first round, Schwartz carded 3 birdies and 14 pars to open at 1 under par. He improved in the second round by sinking 5 more birdies and an eagle to finish 5 under par on the day. After securing the lead in the second round, he kept his pace, shooting 6 more birdies to finalize his first place finish. After the win, I congratulated Schwartz, and in the most ice in his veins way possible, he responded with, "I told you, I called my shot." This marks the first time a Moc has won an individual title since John Vanderland back in 2015. And by the way, he just earned his PGA Tour card a few months ago. This also marks the first time the Mocs have repeated since the 2000-2001 seasons. Max Barrel displayed his dominance on the second day by shooting one of the best par 4 holes, shooting an average 3.87 strokes. Monteleone had his top 10 finish because of his consistent play and an eagle on both day 1 and day 2. And now, as expected, it's on to the NCAA postseason, which will be announced this Sunday on ncaa.com. The regionals for the FSC will take place May 7th through 9th at the Valdosta Country Club in Valdosta, Georgia. And if they advance, they'll play in the NCAA Championship, which will take place May 18th to the 22nd at the Boulder Creek Golf Club in Boulder City, Nevada. Bring it home.
The stylin', profilin', limousine riding, jet flying, kiss stealing, wheeling and dealing sons of Mocs shattered another school record this past week. This time it was the 3K merchant Christopher Colavita who did it. Colavita earned the honor of SSC Runner of the Week for the very first time in his storied career, catching up to his former roommate and your second favorite Snakebite anchor, yours truly. Colavita did so in a little bit more impressive fashion than my Runner of the Week award, as he tied the 5K school record to the millisecond with the all-time moccasin great Mason Jones, as Colavita ran 14:19.08 at the Brian Clay Invitational. And Chris has learned a lot. He's a 4.0 student, the Scholar Athlete of the Year for men's cross country the last 2 years. There's one thing he's still trying to learn. That's how to lean at the line. Someone who doesn't worry about that is Cole Summers, who had a lean to break 30 in his last 10K attempt. This time was just above that 30-minute mark, as he ran the 9th fastest time in program history earlier on in the competition. Don't worry, the ladies got involved too, with Grace leading the charge with the second fastest 5K in school history, running 17:04, only trailing someone who we've talked about a lot in her career, Emma Musante, the recent graduate, who is the only Moc to break 17 minutes on the women's side. And what you've all been waiting for all year long, the best team on campus, is returning to the Sunshine State Conference Championships in Daytona Beach starting today. Remember, the men's team, they won it with just a distance team last year. No sprinters scored a single point. We're looking to go back-to-back, this time matching that cross-country team from last year and the year this year. The ladies also staying in action, so be prepared to see some more championships coming your way.
The beach volleyball team earned 4th place in 3 days of play at the American Volleyball Coaches Association Championships. On day 1, the Mocs split opening day play, sweeping the 17th seed Emmanuel University and being swept by the 8th-seeded Spring Hill College. On the second day, it was deja vu as the Mocs once again split play by sweeping Catawba College in 3 sets and being swept by the 1-seed Tampa in 3 sets. And then on the final day of play, the Mocs defeated Vanguard University 3-0 and fell to Eckerd 3-2. Through the 6 games, it was the primary 3 teams of Sydney Melcher and Ryla Bryant, Lauren Passaglia and Ella Pringle, and Haley Carefoot and Sarah Idler, who took the sand to finish out the season.
Men's lacrosse started off the playoffs with home field advantage for the first time in a couple seasons after a big regular season win over, at the time, receiving votes Embry-Riddle, and the Mocs continued to deliver star-studded performances. To start off the playoffs, they faced off against the 5-seeded Rollins College Tars, who they defeated exactly 1 week prior to that matchup. This game was wildly similar to the previous affair, with the lead never more than 2 for either side. And like a ship that the Tars were trying to man, it rocked back and forth. And for Rollins, they sank as the Mocs came out on top 11-10 because of this insane goal to end it by the freshman of the year. 𝙏𝙃𝙀 𝙎𝙉𝘼𝙆𝙀 was yet again a key name for the Mocs, winning over 70% of his faceoffs while also contributing to a clutch man-up goal in the fourth quarter. Other important performances, as always, Maddox Walton, the All-SEC first-teamer, and his hat-trick game on 9 total shots. We saw Caden Wish tally his own hat-trick and assist in this one, with Alex Hahn making just as big of an impact on the defensive end with 3 caused turnovers. Of course, we can't forget about the guy in goal, Luke Secretti, the All-SEC third-teamer in his first year at Florida Southern. He played all 60, saved 12 for his 9th straight game with 10 or more shots saved on the season. With that win, the task got infinitely harder with the top-seeded Tampa Spartans, number 2 team in the country, on the docket. The Mocs then made the trip to Tampa, and unfortunately, their fairy tale season came to an abrupt end. Overall, the Spartans' offense dominated in the 17-5 win, with the Mocs trying to fight back with over 30 shots on goal by Tampa. But, like I mentioned, the Mocs did have some All-SEC accolades. Elijah Terry, who I talked about earlier, freshman of the year, All-SEC second team, alongside with Hahn on the second team as well. Walton and Chiz on the first team. Are you surprised? Because we're not, with Jack Epley and Secretti rounding it out on the third team.
This past weekend, the Mocs softball team took on Palm Beach Atlantic in a 3-game series in Lakeland. In Game 1, the Mocs were firing on all cylinders, winning by a score of 5-0. The Mocs received hits from Gabby Young, Hannah Lewis, Kate Michael, Brianna Shelley, and Emma Lucchese. And of course, Des Aiken was on the mound for the Mocs, throwing 7 innings and giving up 4 hits with no earned runs. Game 2 featured a very close game that came down to the wire, and to start off the game, PBA put up 4 runs in the first inning. The Mocs then responded in the bottom of the first, scoring 2 runs of their own, making the game 4-2 heading into the second. In the top of the second, PBA put up 2 more runs to take a commanding lead, and the Mocs then held PBA scoreless for the rest of the game, but they only managed to put up 3 more runs, eventually losing 6-5. In the final game, the Mocs fell another one, 4-3, in another close affair where the Mocs just couldn't compete with the late 7th inning rally. They now play a 3-game series against Lynn University in Boca Raton starting today.
Domination, that's the word to describe the Mocs this week against the Palm Beach Atlantic Sailfish. The preseason number 8 team in the country crushed the Sailfish with 3 major wins, starting off with a win 9-1, then 10-0, and 4-1 secured in West Palm Beach. The 9-1 win, the Mocs started off up top with Brock Budaki, who had 3 hits, 2 walks, and an RBI. Sachin Ramos, he's pretty good, and he battled for a 12-strikeout game with just 1 earned run. Game 2 featured 7 stolen bases from the crew and a home run from Eric Harrison, the freshman phenom for Florida Southern, with 5 pitchers combining for the shutout. Ty Bradle was the leading pitcher in that one as he earned the win with a 9-strikeout game. And of course, in the final game in the Mocs sweep, they found hits from Elijah Thurman, Ethan Burkhart to get that win. On top of that, the Mocs won a midweek battle against the St. Leo Lions, the former team of Mikey Scott and head coach Rick Odette, by a score of 8-6, with Mikey Scott finding some success against his old team with 3 RBIs on 3 hits. Just like the last 3 weeks, conference play will continue through the end of the week, with Lynn and Nova Southeastern up next.
During last week's filming, the men's tennis team was underway in a game against the number 16 Embry-Riddle Eagles. The outcome was a win for the Mocs, 5-2, which ultimately propelled the team from rank number 13 to 9 in the nation. In that one, the Mocs swept doubles play thanks to efforts from George Russell and Onar Turgut, and Mario Garros and Eduardo Malindo. Speaking of Garros, the number 9 individual in Division II took down the number 18 Mark Mayle in singles in a dominating 2 sets. Bosco Boskovic, Mario Antonio Morales, and Marco Sinati also secured singles wins for the team. On Saturday, now, the number 6 women's tennis team fell to number 3 Embry-Riddle by a score of 6-1. The lone win in that one came from the number 20 ranked individual Josie Holderback in a decisive 6-0, 6-2 win. Both teams will now go on to play the 6th seed Rollins College in the first round of conference play, while the men will go on to play the number 23 ranked 5th seed Lynn University.
With the semester coming to a close, the season for awards has officially arrived, and on April 21st, the Athletics Department announced this year's recipients of FSC's annual awards, the Mocsys. These accolades range from the highest GPA to awkward moments, and the Pat McFadden Student Athlete of the Year was given to guess who? Sydney Gomes, the academic All-American and one of the greatest players to ever grace the hardwood for Florida Southern. Then Tyler Mistretta won it on the men's side for men's golf. Looking forward to names that we will hear for 3 more years are the Freshman of the Year, as that was handed to beach volleyball freshman Ella Pringle, who was co-freshman of the year this year, with the men finding another co-freshman of the year with Sal Lopez. This week we also had 5 SSE Players of the Week: Elijah Terry, Sachin Ramos, Braden Kennelly, Chris Colavita, and Mario Cabros.
And Carl, I think there's one more Moxie award you're forgetting.
There is one more. I was able to be honored with the Most Outstanding Athletic Communications Worker of the Year. It's a really big honor to be honored by the Athletics Department that has invested so much into us here at the desk and overall FCTV and all the athletics programs here at Florida Southern so much. It has truly been an honor to be the anchor for the Snakebite the last 3 years and to be the producer for the last 2 years before turning it over to Asher. I have to give a lot of thank yous, and I don't want to keep you guys here for 30 minutes, so I'll start off with James Simpson, who's the one who really got me into all of this. I came into college and wanted to just write, and he is the guy that kind of forced me to try this out. Started off behind the camera, then I started off in the production room and writing scripts and doing some pretty bad interviews, and now thankfully I'm able to work with the best team at Florida Southern, the best team in the Sunshine State Conference, and of course the best team in the country, whether that's at FCTV or with athletics. I cannot say enough thank yous to everyone who has invested so much into me, and I hope the investment I've provided will scratch the surface of how much everyone else has devoted to me. Yeah. So thank you again. This is the Snakebite. Asher's got it next year, and it's only up from here.